I went into Five Below the other day and I saw a shirt that just said Black Girl Magic.
Yeah, well, there's a bag of Black Girl Magic sitting at the White House right now. Kamala's pissed, bro. She's pissed, dude.
She lost her magic.
She's like, you didn't get it back? Like, we have to put it in evidence. They're going to know. Kamala and be like, go get that shit back, okay?
Go get that
You know how I am without my fucking cocaine.
Rodrigo, give me your stash.
I picked the Colombian for a fucking reason. Like, I don't know, señorita. What if it's been there for weeks?
Yeah.
It's just laying on the floor and some guy's like, is that Kamala's fucking... He's a tourist. He got out of the thing. I don't know how he got here. What is a tourist doing here? There's a fucking visitor? Are you a visitor or a tourist? They just take some random person who's actually visiting. Like, why don't you just stand right there and put your hand on that doorknob? There you go. Press it in. Yeah, there you go. Press it in. So this
Make sure you use your thumb and your index finger. Really in there.
Some fucking poor Asian guy with like a camera. Welcome, guys. Another episode on the books. Can't tell you how excited I am. We don't have any sponsors yet. That's right. You are our sponsors. Our Patreon is the best way to support us. This is the place where you can get unseen footage. That's right. No one else outside of the congregation is going to see any of this. It's the most vulgar, the most wild takes that we have when we're the most drunk, the most you know what, right? This is all happening on our Patreon. It's only $5 and you get all this extra stuff and you guys can support us. How you doing?
Swell.
Absolutely swell.
Yeah, getting a little hungry, but I'll fix that later.
You know what's a good way to sway hunger? Cocaine.
Blue Chew. Oh.
I don't think Blue Chew does it.
It has to have a calorie content.
Yeah. Could you imagine somebody like using Blue Chews as like a diet pill? You're like
get a boner all day long.
I'm just imagining like zoomed in on the guy, you know, and he's like, it's a great method, honestly. Like, I don't ever think about like food ever. And then it just zooms out and he just has like a hard rock boner. He's like, yeah, the side effects are a little, you know, intense, but you get used to it mostly, you know. In fact, I like it. Most people are staring at it.
It's like penis speed.
Yeah. And it's like, well, why does it work for you? Well, because I'm thinking about pussy all the time. I'm never thinking about food. So I just don't eat and I just lose weight.
The only thing I eat is pussy.
Yeah. It just makes you hungry for pussy. Yeah. You're just getting 0 calories.
Yeah. Well, what I've heard is actually like cunnilingus is great for your skin because like vaginal secretions contain squalene and stuff like that, and squalene is like...
Ladies, if you're ever trying to propose this to your man, do not bring in the actual medical terms, because if you say that, I swear you're going to... Like, babe, it's good for your skin. It's called squalene. It's in every vagina. There's squalene in your vagina? We need to get it out.
It's the same secretion that, like, snails have.
Oh,
like,
definitely don't pitch that. So, literally.
It's true. I mean, it's not completely made of squalene, but there are components. It's just like how your sweat contains urea, which is like a component of urine.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. So, you know, if you want good skin... just eat some pussy. Yeah. And if you want to lose weight, just like have a
ton
Blue
of
Chew.
Viagra.
Yeah, just eat a ton of Viagra. And you're just going to be like constantly like, you'll be constantly something. But actually, I think if you take a Viagra, it's not like you become horny. It's like you just have a boner without the horniness, which seems like the worst thing ever to do. Like,
you have to like consciously like do stuff.
Well, no, I think even worse, you forget that you have a boner, right?
Oh, right.
So like you would just be, you know, like you
walking around into Starbucks.
Yeah,
Can I
exactly.
have a mocha frap with like a 10-inch boner?
You know those like cup holders at McDonald's? You know?
Yes.
Like, I feel like what would happen is like you would go and get some, you would just completely forget about it, and you would just like set it right here, and it just go.
It starts spinning slowly.
Yeah. You're like, oh, sorry, it's my diet pills. They give me hard-ons all the fucking time.
It's a weird side effect, but it's the only thing that works. I've lost 40 pounds.
Yeah. You just gaslight your friends.
The only thing I eat anymore is tacos.
I just eat tacos. And by tacos, I mean pussy. Like, yeah, we get it, Greg. You get pussy, okay? It's great. I've lost 30 pounds this
You
month.
ever heard of squalene? He's like, it's a new testosterone booster. It's found in snails.
My girl gave me a whole presentation about snails and squalene and why they're good things.
So that's why we only eat escargot for dinner now.
Yeah, it's funny too because like men are the worst demographic to sell that to because we don't care about our skin at all. You know what I mean?
It's like the gay guys that don't want to eat pussy that are like, damn it. Because like if you go to like there's a skincare shop in the Nice Mall.
Oh my god.
It's like $80 for fucking a bottle of squalene. Yeah. It's like $80.
Damn, you could get that shit for free at home.
For real.
We have squalene at home.
Squalene at home.
Oh my god, dude.
Instead of the pure concentrated form, it's the halibut edition.
Oh, I be concentrating. You got to. There ain't no way. There ain't no way you could do that without concentrating. Especially if like you want to do a good job. But I feel like most dudes aren't good at eating pussy.
I feel like they don't really care. I think that's why most of them have a bad rap on it. I feel like if you like care about your partner, then you all of a sudden become like much better in the bedroom.
My enthusiasm is directly correlated to like how nasty the vagina is. You know what I mean? Like if it tastes like nothing, right? If it tastes like you've been using Pine Sol on that bitch. Like a fucking Latina.
A hint of lemony freshness and fabuloso coming from the anus.
Yeah, fabuloso. Then I can chow down like a fucking Chinese buffet, bruh. Like that, like a $5.99 Chinese buffet.
$1.49 a scoop in downtown Denver.
We are sponsored by.
Oh, I wish. That'd be sick. Seriously, though. You can get like a scoop of chicken, a scoop of rice.
Do you have any squalene here? I don't see it in the options. And I don't really want to go and eat her pussy out in the parking lot. And I need my daily amount.
I have a photo shoot later. I need my
You're just
skin.
gleaming like. Dude, where's your skin so radiant? Why are you just like glowing?
It's this thing. It has to do with like pussy and snails. Yeah. I don't know.
There are only two people that get told you're glowing, and that's really pregnant women and men who just eat like continuous amounts of pussy.
That's where the long eyelashes come from.
I don't know. Do you think more guys eat? Do you think more women suck dick compared to guys who eat pussy?
Yes. I think that, I mean, if we're talking on an international scale, definitely. Because I think that, like, especially in countries where, like, I mean, think about it. Like, DJ Khaled doesn't eat pussy.
I never really thought that, like, the basis of what we would base, like, how many men eat pussy is, like, DJ Khaled. You know what I mean?
Well, like, you know, people that are in, like, Arabian cultures, like, shit like that, like, you're gonna have a hierarchy in the home, and it's not gonna be very common that a man is going to, like, service his woman in a lot of cultures.
Yeah. I'm just imagining, like, your girl, some girlfriend trying to convince her boyfriend to, like, eat her pussy. And she's like, why not? Like, it'll be fun. And he's like, DJ Khaled doesn't fucking eat pussy, so I don't either.
Another one.
Another one. By another one, he means another woman without an orgasm. Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled. Yeah. Like, honey, can you shut up, okay? I'm already not getting my pussy ate. I don't need to hear your fucking
intro.
You don't even DJ.
You just produce songs.
Dude, that's one guy that figured it out. He figured out how to do nothing and get credit for everything.
Yeah, for real.
Like, I'm like 100% positive that like when DJ Khaled goes into a studio, he's just like, okay, we gonna knock this out, and I'm gonna sit on this couch until you do it.
What if it's so funny that DJ Khaled can openly admit, like, yeah, I don't pleasure my wife at all. It's like, that's her job. And then, like, could you imagine if, like, Jonah Hill's ex-girlfriend was like, yeah, he wouldn't eat my pussy. Like,
It's because Jonah Hill's not brown, bruh. Otherwise, it'd be like...
He's Jewish, which is a type of brown. It's an ethnicity.
That's a hard one, you know?
No, it's a race of people. Jewish is a race of people.
It's a race of people, but it's also a religion. It's an ethno-religion.
Yeah.
It's a type of brown.
It is a type of brown.
It's like type R, you know?
I mean, well, if you think about it, so, like, brown is just a dark shade of orange.
Wait, no, like, have you seen, like, that he's getting canceled right now?
No.
Jared, pull up the text that he's getting canceled over. So apparently, from what I understand, his ex-girlfriend is like coming out talking about like the horrible things that he told her.
Oh yeah, because he's like trying to quote unquote control her body or something, right?
Yeah. Well, not even like, I think he was laying out like preferences that he has like for women that he wants to date, right? But I think where it got kind of convoluted is that he seemed very certain about it. You know what I mean? Like these are 100% like my things I do not deal with.
Right.
Right. And then like every woman was just like, oh my God, he has preferences. He has boundaries. That's only for us.
It's true. I mean, well, like, could you imagine like being in a relationship with
Just
somebody
look up,
and
Jonah
they just
Hill
like
canceled texts.
Could you imagine like being in a relationship with somebody and they like joined a nudist club?
Just on like Google Images or something like that, because it's just gonna pull up like a random video of somebody being like, Hollywood star, here are 5 reasons why Jonah Hill is canceled, and also why he's still fat, even though he's not fat. Okay, yeah.
He doesn't like models.
Modeling, which is like the last profession I would be with as a partner. Okay, which makes sense. They're fucking full of themselves.
And he literally says, like, I love real depth and substance and sustainability in relationships. Like, why is he being canceled for being, like, a logical human being?
Yeah, he says, go model. It's a fulfilling life. You'll love it. Real depth and substance and sustainability for relationships. But actually, I'm done with this conversation. Oh, so she technically breached she made him uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And she comes out, and that just shows like the ignorance of the double standards, is that you can release this text thinking that it shows him as the victim. And she did, and most people that she's the victim, but yeah, so he's basically just laying out like preferences. And
yeah, he's like, I don't want to model. Like, he's probably been around a shit ton of models in his goddamn career. Like, he's an actor. He's an A-list actor.
And he's in, like, Hollywood. He's in L.A. Like, of course, the L.A. models are just going to be
flocking to him,
but also, like, of course, they're just a shell of a human. You know what I mean?
How can you survive that without being significantly changed, you know?
And plus, one thing is that I don't assume that about everybody. Like, of course, there are models out there that have like a real soul, but in LA, it's probably like 99% of those women are just like have no
even
sense
if they
of,
do
like,
have a soul, it's not going to come out for every single guy that they date. I mean, they have to have like a hard exterior to survive in that kind of climate, especially for their career. If you're trying to make a couple $1,000,000 off of your glory years of being a hot 20-something, you got to work relentlessly to get your ins and outs and to get your fucking recommendations and to get your favors in while you can still get them.
Well, I mean, like, having a soul in terms of, like, you've faced diversity in your life. You know, you've had people push back against you. You didn't have everything just handed to you. So it's like not even just models. It's also like rich dudes, like
Finance bros.
Yeah, finance bros like that. Like, they've never experienced anyone telling them no, right? Especially if you're an attractive girl, everybody wants to please you. Like, that's the thing that I don't think. The thing is, like, they don't have any souls, but it's not their fault. You know what I mean? Like, they were born into this.
And it was literally like people were just like spoon feeding them.
Oh yeah.
Like, and they didn't give them any chance to, like, I mean, the moment that you get told like, no, that's not happening. It's not like, oh, that's not happening this summer, but my friend Bobby's going to hook you up with an internship. Like, when you don't have that, or when you don't have like an into a college because your dad's an alumni or something.
It's true.
Like, you're gonna definitely like have a little bit more fight in you. But I feel like the thing is that we're at a point in America where, like, it doesn't matter how hard you work, it doesn't matter what you know, it matters who you know.
Yeah.
It's who you know. It's always been who you know for the last several decades, where it's like, if you know somebody who works at a company that you want to get a job at, you are 100 times more likely to get that job if they put in a referral for you.
Oh, hands down. I mean, that's literally politics.
Yeah.
That's literally politics. I mean, that's what, like, Hunter Biden literally got, like, $1 million jobs on these, like, he got actual seats of boards of these top, like, companies in Ukraine. Got so much money where he didn't even have anything on his resume that made him qualified to have those jobs, right? Mm-hmm. The only matter of the fact was that his dad was vice president. Mm-hmm. So he was able to get these jobs, and they just gloss over it like, oh, you know, that's just family, it's whatever. Like, of course they use their power to get him those jobs. It's just like Trump, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, he got his kids like in the system and stuff like that, you know?
Well, Nepo babies are a huge problem, especially actually in the modeling world right now. There's a huge issue where, like, if you take all of the top models, like the top models in America right now, and you fucking look at their parents, almost every single
they're ugly.
Almost every single top model in America right now is the daughter or son of somebody who's already famous. That's why they're models, is literally they're Nepo babies. And it's becoming like a huge issue in the modeling world where, like, I don't think there's like more than a handful of women who worked their way into that position to be making, you know, over a couple $100K a year, where like Kendall Jenner and shit like that, they're making like $6.6 million a year by walking in heels in different outfits.
Oh yeah, and to them it's like more fun than anything. It's not even like I need this job.
Yeah.
Or,
meanwhile, there's a girl in rural Wisconsin who's working her fucking ass off, and she can't even get a summer gig on a catalog.
That's
for
what
a
like
local
I don't
boutique.
understand about like feminism and like this idea that like, oh, if you're a man you just have it easy, and if you have a woman you automatically have it harder. And it's like, I see these models that just like they grew up with money, and then on top of that they're attractive, so now they're on social media and they're getting like hundreds of thousands, 200, 300, 400,000, 500,000 dollars for posting pictures, you know? Like, I don't know what is more privileged than just like being like, this is me, and people are like, money. More money. Let me give you more money for that.
For just being alive.
Yeah, for just like being alive. That is literally
for getting
the
your legs waxed,
yeah.
And for being on a diet, you get fucking money. And like, so like the thing is too, is like, I don't know. I find it is a double standard, but I find the standard very interesting because yes, we have like the women who are getting a bunch of shit for just being like, you know, pretty. But at the same time, if you're like a sugar baby, if you do that as a career, that's a full-time job. You're trading one full-time job for another. Do you think you're going to like your sugar daddy? Do you think you're going to like this 67-year-old man who's groping you all the time and trying to get you to be scantily dressed when he takes you into public so he can like show you up? You think you're going to like that? You're not going to like that. There's a reason why he's paying you $45,000 to come hang out with him for 2.5 weeks in Barbados. There's a reason. And like, I think that it's also this, like the standard isn't almost doubled because like on the guy's end, right? So like on the girl's end, yeah, you're doing this like job that you don't want to do for like money. And on the guy's end, it gives you permission. If you are a successful man who is even slightly attractive, because you can be like an older guy with wrinkles and like white hair and still be considered like a silver fox, right? Rarely for women does that happen. But when you're a guy and you're like older and you have a bunch of money and you're like pulling all these women like that are may or may not be being paid, you are setting a standard for yourself where you can be an asshole. You don't have to be a good person anymore. The moment that a man makes any kind of money in America, he now has a get out of jail free card where he can be a fucking Harvey Weinstein. He can fucking, you know, like hush people up with money and treat them however they want to. And like everybody's always like shitting on the girls who are like performing these services, but it's like if you needed to pay rent, like if you're a single mom in Miami and the only thing you have, you know, is a fucking child and a BBL that your ex paid for.
All I have is my child and my BBL.
Yeah, and you need to fucking pay for rent for the next year. If a guy's like, hey, I'll fly you out for 2.5 weeks and I'm going to pay you $45,000.
I think it's like uncomfortable, but it's not like, you know, working your way up like a corporate ladder.
It
like
is though. That's
no way.
Yeah, it is because why
going to Barbados is the same as like spending 40 years like going up a company.
Not that long, but like if you think about it, like all of these girls that are Instagram models that post themselves traveling all year, that's their job. They are high-end escorts.
Yeah, but you could be dumb as fuck and like do that, but you can't be dumb as fuck
for 10 years until when?
What it is it's not that it's more work. It's just like it's more to deal with, like the negative concepts. Like you have a negative.
It's derogatory.
Yeah. It's like yeah, you get to do all this. I think what you're trying to say is that like yeah, you get to go to Barbados, but it doesn't come without a cost. And that these girls are still dealing with some creepy dude that they don't want to be near. Yeah. And they have to constantly do stuff they don't want to do in order to have
and
the sugar baby life.
And be horny when they don't want to be horny or true, like whatever.
You know? But that's also kind of like sex work, you know? Like I don't think sex work for the most part can be considered a hard job. Mostly just because there are really, really, really hard jobs out there. So when you compare it to that, like it's pretty, you know, it's pretty easy. But when you think about it, it's not like you don't want to dismiss the work that they do because there are a lot of girls out there that like do put in a lot of work.
Well,
and
I think that it's also like girls who put in girls who it doesn't bother, like girls who do sex work like most of their life, because that's part of history. Like it's been happening for hundreds and thousands of years. Those women either have a very high IQ or a very low IQ.
I can imagine that,
where that comes from is like you either get the girl who's like, I'm going to have my own brothel. I'm going to have all of these women working under me. I have a plan. I have this. I have financing.
She's the pimp.
She's the pimp. And then you have the other girls who get into sex work and they're, like you said, they're like, you don't have to be very smart. You just have to be semi-attractive and willing and able to participate in activities that you might not always be in the mood for. And if you have a talent for just like being able to be fucked all the time, you're like, oh shit, I can just do this 8 times a day and fucking get 10 grand.
Yeah.
Like
discovered their superpower.
So, yeah. You know? And like, I think that's like a really interesting...
Like a penis bit them and then they're like... I can feel it coursing through my veins.
Prostitute Spider-Man.
I can take a 12-inch cock.
For real. And I think that that's where it comes from, is because it's like, in sex work, I feel like you either have a really high IQ or a really low IQ, because that's the only way that you could ever enjoy it and make it worth your while.
Well, I think a lot more of the girls who do like OnlyFans, I think they're a little bit more high IQ because they know how to like market themselves.
They don't have to fuck like 12 people a month to like figure it out.
Which, like, have you heard about this like Adam 22 controversy?
No.
So Adam 22 is this guy who's like this commentator on like hip hop, but he's kind of notorious because he just married this girl, but he does porn with her, right? They have like an OnlyFans, and basically it's like a lot of it is them fucking, but occasionally they'll fuck like a different girl, like, and I think they're kind of in like an open relationship or whatever. Not really. It seems like it's more for like the, for the OnlyFans or whatever. But he has been getting so much backlash because for the first time ever, he let this woman he just married and had a kid with, she filmed a scene with like one of these porn stars. I can't remember his name, but it's this big black dude that's known for having this big dick. And the thing is, like, they did it alone, and like, so he's been getting all of this, like, all these people calling him like a simp and stuff like that. Look up the video of him talking to the guy that fucked his wife on his stream. Fuck, what's his name? Fucked his wife, yeah. something will pop up. I can't remember the guy's name, but so what's your thoughts on that? Like, basically the whole internet's dogging on him for like marrying this girl, getting her pregnant.
Well, if you're both in, so here's the thing: if you're both in porn, I don't think anybody has any room to fucking talk. If it was just her that was in porn, I'd be like, yeah, he's a fucking idiot. But if he's also in porn and this is their fucking career, then whatever. Well,
it's not like his career. It's like they have an OnlyFans. You see what I mean? Like, you know how like couples sometimes they'll just have an OnlyFans,
right?
But they're not like porn stars. Well, they are, but like they're not going off like to other people and fucking like other people on different channels. Usually it's only, I think she's also fucked other girls on different channels, so it's more of like her. That's like the actual thing.
Well, then he knew. But that's the thing, is like he knew what he was getting into when he married her and when he got her pregnant. Yeah. So I don't think it's a big issue at all.
Check this out. So he interviewed. Yeah, it's okay. We don't need it. But he interviewed the guy, this like huge black guy that like destroyed her, dude. And they're talking about it on the podcast, and she's talking about like how she was like, "Oh yeah. Do the photo on the left with the guy in the background. Yeah, you can see him in the back, like staring her over, dude." So this poor guy is just hearing her talk about, yeah, you can see his dick in the fucking pants.
Jesus Christ.
So he's like on this podcast, like his podcast, talking to both her and the guy. And she's talking about how like sore she was for days. Like, and then she was like, "It's okay, honey. Like, you're above average." Like, I can imagine like him feeling so like helpless in this situation, right? And so that's why everyone's calling him a simp, right? And then he talked to the guy who fucked her, and he said on the podcast, he said, to be honest, like if it were me, I don't think I would let my girl do this, but sometimes like people are just more mature. And you could see his face was like starting to process it, and he was like, shit.
This poor guy.
He's been getting it through, dude. The whole internet's dogging on him, I swear to God. But I do think there is a hint of I do think that there's a hint of, double standards, because the matter of the fact is that he fucks other girls on their channel.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Yeah, then fuck it. Then whatever.
But I think this is the first time that it's like, it was just him and her. Do you think they were like, let's do a scene together, and he was like, with that guy? You want me to stand next to that guy and fuck you? You want me to put my dick next to this guy's dick? Like, why don't you just fuck him on your own, But yeah, that's so wild. I mean, this is probably the biggest, like, sex, industry news that you can get. This poor man's just getting dogged on the internet. But yeah, I do think that there's kind of a double standard. Like,
for sure. If he's fucking other girls and like whatever, like if they're obviously both in the porn industry. They're in the, sex service industry. So like it should be expected. And like if they already have a kid together, then like whatever.
I think he was having the time of his life up until she was like, "Hey." So, you've been fucking all these girls, like, maybe I get one in? And he's like, fuck, dude.
I guess I have
Which
to.
one? Like, oh, this one guy. Fuck, dude. Him? You gonna pick another white dude?
For real.
It is what it is, man. I mean, he did this to himself. And the thing is, like, he keeps talking about it more and more. I think it's like a defense mechanism.
It's like bothering him more and more.
Yeah, so I think he's trying to show the world just how unbothered he is.
But by doing that, he's like showing them that he actually is thinking about it all the time.
Yeah, exactly. This guy just got dogged, dude. You know what I would need to get over this? A huge bag of cocaine. And you know where you can find it? At the fucking White House, dude.
It wasn't a huge bag. I think it was only like
it's
a
a dime bag. It was a dime bag.
Yeah.
And you know where they found it?
Where?
They found it like where the vice president's like car comes and parks.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, Kamala's like, no one say shit.
Holy shit. I mean, I believe it, dude. I fucking believe it.
The funny thing is that, like, this is all happening, like, during this controversy with his son, who's a fucking crackhead. The president's son is a crackhead, a.k.a. cocaine, or poor people cocaine.
Cocaine
right?
and baking soda.
Exactly.
Gotta stretch it.
Cocaine
Make
soda.
it last. Cocaine soda. Cocaine soda.
Okay, so the cocaine was found in an entrance area between the foyer and the lower level lobby, sources said. The entrance is near where some vehicles, like the vice president's limo or SUV, park. It is one floor below the main West Wing offices, and the same floor as the Situation Room and a dining. This is on the same room. This is on the same level of the Situation Room. Well, to be honest, if I had to be in the Situation Room, I would want a little coke too.
For real.
Hunter Biden, dude, he's been chilling in that White House. He just like forgot his shit. To be honest, it was probably like a worker. Or somebody.
It was probably the valet or something like that.
Somebody that's. But, like, dude, the balls. The cojones.
To do coke in the White House.
To bring a dime bag to the White House, like, is so wild. Like, you gotta imagine that person was just leaving and they're like,
we can never speak of this.
Fuck. Like, dude, what are you freaking out about? Like, my dime bag, dude, I can't find it. And they're like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. We'll just get another one. Like, I work at the White House. What the fuck? What do you mean? I'll be like, it's all right. They'll blame it on Kamala. She's black.
They'll blame it on Hunter Biden.
It was probably Hunter Biden, dude. Yeah, so it tested positive for cocaine.
They even said President Joe Biden and his family were at the president retreat in Camp David. So who was there? Who fucking
you
was there?
You notice how they don't say vice president?
So it was Kamala's.
I can't wait for people to be like, you know what? At least the Biden administration didn't have any controversies. Like, what about the fucking dime bag they found in the fucking foyer of the White House, just laying on the floor? Like, what the fuck? Be like, this administration is for helping people. We're the loving administration. Yeah, we just do the fucking most aggressive drug you can find. The sources maintain that the area is highly trafficked.
By VIPs, visitors, tour. Yeah, fucking right. The place where the vice president parks her car is highly trafficked. Fuck you. Fuck you guys.
Oh, tourists?
Yeah, you're letting tourists near where the high officials of the fucking country park their cars?
Yeah.
Liars.
Dude, no way, dude. There's
Liars.
no way. They're like, we have to put tourist or visitor. I love how visitors and tourists are like, dude, every visitor at the fucking White House is a tourist.
Yeah, like they're just having friends and family night, like barbecue in the back.
Yeah,
like,
you can't do that shit at the fucking White House.
No, it would make the grass yellow. You know they have to have perfect green grass, or else the economy will collapse.
You know what, though? I think, you know what this does? It gives me hope. You know why it gives me hope? It gives me hope because for the first time ever, a Colombian is in the White House. Which means that I think at one point...
Have you seen Encanto? That's about Colombians.
It's about cocaine in the White House?
No, it's about Colombians.
La cocaína. Soy presidente. One of these days, dude. The first Colombian in the White House, dude. First Colombian in the White House.
Yeah.
Fucking clap, okay? It took us a long time to get into the White House.
I think it's been in the White House for a while, but nobody just found it until somebody...
What if it's been there for weeks?
Yeah.
It's just laying on the floor and some guy's like, is that Kamala's fucking... He's a tourist. He got out of the thing. I don't know how he got here.
His passport's expired.
Right.
It's a terrorist tourist.
What is a tourist doing here? There's a fucking visitor? Are you a visitor or a tourist? They just take some random person who's actually visiting, like, why don't you just stand right there and put your hand on that doorknob? There you go. Press it in. Yeah, there you go. Press it in.
Make sure you use your thumb and your index finger. Go really in there.
Some fucking poor Asian guy with like a camera. Okay, good, yes. That is nuts, though, dude. And I love how, like, it's so overlooked. You know? It's like could you imagine the backlash if this would have happened during Trump's presidency?
Oh, he would be impeached immediately.
Yeah, they would.
He got canceled for doing this, which like I feel like I've done dozens of times in my life.
Yeah, he was just scratching his, his chest
and clearing a throat sound. Like
that's how they would have said it if he was a Democrat.
Yeah,
like he was clearly scratching his chest because he had an itchy chest that day.
You know how the president gets itchy chest syndrome.
Yeah, the ICS syndrome. You never heard of ICS? Be like,
it's
no,
a serious
sir,
condition.
We have never heard of ICS. Well, we have a doctor right now that just put it in the official thing. There's some doctor like, yes. We found that there were a recent outbreak of ICS, and it just happens to be that the president also has this condition.
It's a symptom of COVID.
Yeah, and actually he's allergic to cocaine, so there was actually no way possible for him or any black vice presidents to have any attachment to that cocaine. It was clearly an Asian tourist. They're like, do you know they're Asian? Like, oh, sorry, that was a mishap. We don't have anybody in custody right now.
They were brown, though, if you were wondering.
Yeah, they're definitely
pigmented.
Yeah, they're definitely an E439.
We should get merch that just says pigmented.
Bruh, I don't want to get canceled. Just a girl with some pigment. That's it.
Well, I mean, that's not far off from going into, like, I went into Five Below the other day and I saw a shirt that just said Black Girl Magic for $5.
Black girl magic. Yeah, well, there's a bag of black girl magic sitting at the fucking right now. Kamala's pissed, bro.
Come on.
She's pissed, dude.
She lost her magic.
She's like, you didn't get it back? Like, we have to put it in evidence. They're gonna know. Kamala and be like, go get that shit back, okay?
Go get that.
You know how I am without my fucking cocaine. God damn it, you fucking...
Rodrigo, give me your stash.
I picked the Colombian for a fucking reason. Like, I don't know, señorita. I'm not Colombian. I'm Mexican. I can imagine, like, Kamala just being a raging bitch in real life, to be honest.
Oh, she totally is. She imprisoned, like, 6,000 people of color during their time as public, like, attorney or whatever the fuck.
Damn, it's like her own apartheid.
Yeah. Yeah, call him out of olive, bitch ass.
Call him olive, bitch ass. Speaking of fucking the apartheid, Elon Musk, baby.
Who?
Back in the fucking news. The product of the apartheid, we back, baby. You know the reason why he left South Africa wasn't even because of, like, the racism or, like, any of that bullshit.
I thought it was because he got bullied.
No, well, he's autistic. He's always gonna get bullied. But, like, no, he left because they're trying to get him to, like, join the military. So he's like, boop, I'm off to the United States.
Yeah, I would do the same thing.
But yeah, okay, so Elon Musk, I don't know if you guys if you heard about this, that Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are having actual talks with Dana.
Oh yeah, the UFC.
Yeah, about having an actual cage fight.
I can't wait. I want to see it so bad.
I will pay.
Nerd fight! Yes, yes. I'm so excited. Oh my god, I can't wait. Are they gonna, like, lube up with, like, some kind of high viscosity fluid that they get in, like, the science lab? Like, are they gonna have engineers work on their training? Like, yeah. I want to know details. I need a documentary. Yeah. I need a docuseries. I need Netflix and YouTube to pick this up.
They're gonna be
I need Mr. Beast to be the ref. I need so many things involved in this fight.
It's going to be perfect.
Streaming on all platforms. Yeah, I am putting down, if this fight happens, I am putting down $800 on this
They're
fight.
going to, like, the billionaires, they're going to be, like, lubing up, and they're going to be like, what is it? I'm like, it's adrenochrome. We've been milking all of these fetuses all night to get this shit. There's some, like, pregnant lady in the front row, like, woo! Anything for billionaires. Right? Okay, so even on top... Yeah, so Dana White actually said that he might actually have a date in mind, which means that this actually might be going down, right? And to add to the juiciness, so, you know, Elon Musk just bought Twitter, right? He's now one of the most controversial CEOs of that media company. But conveniently, guess what just came out? Instagram, which is owned by... What were you going to say?
The Harry Potter game.
The Harry Potter... What episode is this? What the fuck?
No, it's a new one. There's a new one.
Oh, there's a new Harry Potter
episode. Mobile game. Yeah, it's a mobile game.
Why are we sidetracking with the Harry Potter mobile game? You need some adrenochrome, okay? All right, Jared, put it down on the list. We need some more fetuses. We're not going to be able to make it on this, in this media world without some adrenochrome. But yeah, dude. So they're about to fight, right? Or they're, like, thinking about a date. Just conveniently, right? Instagram, which is owned by Meta, which is used to be Facebook. Yeah, it's like Facebook went through a transition. It's now it's a she/her now. You know?
Right, and people are buying real estate in the metaverse.
Damn straight. But, okay, so, like, that's the head of his company, right? So Instagram just came out with its own, like, a competition to Twitter called Threads. And this is happening right before, so, like, the convenience, and, like, I don't know if it's coincidence.
Nerd fight!
It's gonna be fun. I mean, like, Elon Musk is so much, like, I think bigger than your boy, but it'll be fun. The problem is that Mark Zuckerberg's a robot, dude. He's a fucking lizard.
Wait, which one of them's a black belt?
It's Mark Zuckerberg has it's actually been like training jiu-jitsu for like the last
But
few years.
Elon Musk has been fighting like South African gangs for like his whole childhood.
Yeah. Like Mark Zuckerberg's been fighting like black belts, and Elon Musk has just been fighting blacks.
Yeah.
You know what? To be honest, if you think about it, that puts Elon in front, bro. Because
that's what I'm saying. If you've been fighting groups of people your whole life, I think that outweighs like a little bit of technicality on the jujitsu.
These are not just people. Okay, these are people that can blend in at night, bro. That's fucking terrifying.
They have camouflage.
I would 100% rather fight one black belt than like get jumped by a group of black people.
Yeah, fuck that.
1000%, dude. I just like I would literally thank the black belt for beating my ass.
Especially if the group of people is like, that kid's retarded. Let's beat him up. Like, what the fuck? Like, that means you're evil. Like, if you're fighting a black belt, that black belt usually isn't evil. Like, how many evil black belts do you know?
I don't know a lot of black belts. I don't know if that's like a normal thing. Like, have you gone to your quarterly black belt meeting? The regional black belt meeting? There's just like a bunch of random people, like moms, overweight moms, fucking dudes with weird faces, like the guy who packs all of your groceries at the. You're like, you have a black belt, dude? Like, yeah, everyone has a fucking black belt. You don't know this? The girls who sold you cookies and they have black belts too. Like, damn, dude, everyone's got black belts now.
Except for one of the Girl Scouts who actually moved to South Africa and joined a gang. That one doesn't have a black belt.
True. Wild. Like, out of there for sure. But it is what it is, dude. Yeah, that's like so on top of this, Elon Musk just filed a lawsuit against Meta for taking Twitter's employees. Yeah, look it up. So the idea is that he's suing him. So literally, like, the beef is starting, bro. Like, I don't know.
Nerd fight.
How many billion do you have in your bank, bro?
What year did you become a conglomerate?
Yeah. I own 5 companies. Well, I own 6, bitch. Yeah, so last night Meta launched its new text-based app, which is Threads. And Elon Musk just threatened to take he just threatened to take them to like a lawsuit because you know how like he fired all these people at Twitter?
Yeah.
Right? He like fired like 80% of the people and like kept like the top 10% of Asians. So it's just like, we could run this with just that, you know? And they have like one chick for diversity.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, and then she's like, and then at Threads, because apparently like, Mark Zuckerberg like just hired them all. It was like, can you guys just make Twitter, but just like for Instagram? And he just took all of the employees and like brought them over to.
I feel like
Threads.
that's kind of Elon's fault. Don't fire your employees if you don't want to work at a different company, especially a competing company.
It is legal though. Like you can get sued for that. Yeah.
What? How?
Yeah, because like if let's say that Microsoft, right, like comes out, like they have all these new computers, right, and then like they fire all these people that worked on one of their computers because it didn't work well, right? Well, then Apple technically could hire all those people
because it's stealing intelligence and software. Okay,
right.
It's a non-disclosure or non-compete agreement. Okay.
Yeah, so like you like especially when you sign like when you sign up for these like jobs, you know, you have to sign a million
like
things,
an NDA and shit. Yeah.
And plus, like most of these employees at Twitter, like they're not thinking about the terms. Like they're more thinking about their gender and like, you know, what pronouns they want to use today and discrimination and how your intersectionality is like connected to, you know, they're not thinking about legal terms, you know.
No, never.
They got a lot more important stuff up in their head. So they, yeah. All right, we're back. Had to take a little pee break.
Potty break.
Little potty break. But yeah, you know what we should do? We should do like a streaming party. we should pay-per-view this fucking billionaire fight. And just like, dude, they're gonna run out of people to like do boxing matches with. like everybody that's like just important is just going to be. It's like that is so nuts. But you know what? I think it'll be fun. You know, never in my life did I think that we would ever be able to see like a full on. I don't even think it's a boxing match. Can you look up to see if it's if it's a boxing match or if it's a full MMA match?
I forget it's UFC.
That'll be nuts. Yeah. So like Mark Zuckerberg, pro. He's an alien or robot. He's one of the two, or like a lizard. He might be a robot lizard alien.
Yeah.
That's most likely it.
That's
you know?
true.
And
those gills are bionic.
yeah, and he likes smoking meats, so he's got you know some decent amount of work there, so he can use his scales, you know. And but Elon Musk, the thing is that yeah, he grew up fighting blacks, so that he's got that hood sense to him.
He do.
You know what I mean?
He do be having it.
But and then on top of that, he's also built like a fucking refrigerator from like the 50s, dog.
It's true.
So like I feel like he's got to have some kind of like he's got to have like the best core ever, dude. He's all core.
Yeah, and Zucky Wucky's built like a string bean.
Yeah, he's built like a string bean. So, you know, it'll be a fun fight. Like I feel like Elon will win if he just like kind of falls on him. Yeah, see, so they want to fight in the UFC, dude.
Are they gonna have to be the same weight class? Like, are they gonna be forced to like be the same weight class?
What they'll do is they'll probably tell them that they should try to get closer, right? Because like in a lot of it'll be an exhibition fight, right? So they're not gonna go for like, you know, eight rounds. You know what I mean? They'll probably go for like 3 rounds, and what they'll do is they'll tell Elon to lose weight, and they'll tell Mark
to gain weight.
But you know, honestly, if I'm Elon, I would keep that weight, dog. You got to use that, you know, that refrigerator strength and just like open up your door and just slam him in the face, you know.
Well, from what I've heard, so like his relationship with Grimes, where they had that like secret second surrogate baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they had that going on, and apparently like him and Grimes lived below the poverty line, and she was like captured in an interview saying that she ate only peanut butter for like 8 days straight because Elon would like refuse to buy like food.
I don't think it's that he refused to buy it. It's like I think he's just like always had food just like delivered to him.
No, like because they said that they lived below the poverty line, so they would just like live like in an apartment, like a shitty fucking apartment.
You know that's what Mr. Beast does? Like he literally lives in like this little apartment that's like in his work, where like he has a bed and it's like right next to his. Like,
he has like a studio apartment.
Yeah, a little studio apartment, and that I think that's like something about, you know, there's 2 different kinds of billionaires. You know, there's like the ones that are so obsessed with their work that like they don't care where they live, and I think that's like Elon. In fact, he used to have like all of these beautiful big houses, and then like he just came out with a tweet. He's just like, LOL, decided I don't want them anymore. Like, so I'm just gonna sell like most of my possessions. And then I was like, dude, there's no way. You can't be billionaire and fucking sell all that. Next tweet, like, sold everything. And I looked it up, and he literally just sold everything.
Well, the thing about being, like, that rich is, like, I wouldn't have a problem with giving up all my shit, too, because you know that in any given second, you can buy all of it back and more.
Plus, the thing is, a lot of these billionaires, like, they work so hard that they're not even at those, like, giant houses, you know? They're usually in their office, or they're in some place that's close to their office, you know? And so he, like, yeah, I'm sure he didn't care. But, dude, imagine being Grimes, and you're like, yeah, oh, my God, I'm finally dating, like, I'm dating a billionaire. And he's just like, oh, actually, no, I gave up all my possessions. We have a nice little one-bedroom apartment.
And I bought a 10-gallon tub of peanut butter that we're going to survive off of for the next 2 weeks. Thanks, Elon. I'm so glad I have 2 children with you.
That guy's popping out babies, honestly.
Yeah, what is that? What is the black, like, actor that's doing the same thing? No,
Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon. Yeah.
You know that he was in like a condom like advertisement.
Shut the fuck up.
I think it was a condom advertisement, but he was like finally used one. But did you know that there's actually a law that says that you don't have to pay for after your 10th child of child support?
Yeah. Well, because it's physically impossible to afford it. But, like, also,
so that law is meant for, like, most people, regular dudes. Like, because your regular dude's not going to be able to pay, like, child support for 10, like, kids. He's going to be having to, like, have a corporate job and, like, live under the fucking, live under the freeway like a troll. But, like, they made it just for them because billionaires didn't used to, like, have a billion children, but now they are. So now, like, their law is still active, so they don't even have to pay after the 10th child. Like, imagine being the 11th child. You're like, fuck, dude.
Well, I think that you would be able to sue, like, as the child. I think that you'd be able to sue and be like, this is discriminatory.
Well, I feel like most kids don't give a fuck. To be like, let's be honest. Like,
if your dad's Elon Musk, you're going to be fine.
Most of that money is not being used for the kids. I think, like, normal child support is definitely used for kids.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can't physically do it without... Even, like, the guys who are like, yeah, well, she gets her nails done and she does... Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, she was going to be getting that shit done anyways, but she's the one who's paying for the formula and the diapers and shit. So if she wants to fucking look like a presentable woman in today's society, that costs fucking money. So, like, sorry, your $200 a month is going towards soap.
The issue is when you're getting fucking $435,000 a month for the kids. What the fuck are you paying $400,000 for the kids for?
But most women aren't getting that. Like, most women get... So, they say that you need to have equal lifestyles at each home. That's, like, Colorado law, at least. Is like... So, like, if mom is, a stay-at-home mom, and dad cheats on her, and he's making $350,000 a year... Well, the kid needs to have the same lifestyle at each home, so there's not an influence of like, well, I want to go live with dad because he's rich and he gives me like...
Oh, is that why they make you pay the same amount of money?
Yes, because they need to make sure. So, like, if you give up 50% of your paycheck, there's a reason why, and that's because, like, well, if you think about it, right? So, like, let's say you're a dad who's divorcing his wife, and you get you get the weekends. You're a weekend dad. Well, if the mom is going to also have a job, she's going to be paying almost 70% of her income minimum just to put her kid in daycare so she can work while you're divorcing her. So that's why you need to pay fucking child support. Because, like, either way, if you're a stay-at-home mom and you don't make any money, you need financial support. If you're a mom who works... and you get the kids 50-50 or whatever, you're going to have to pay for child care while you go to work to pay for the child care. So it's like this vicious cycle, which is why, like, us as humans, we are not supposed to have like a non-monogamous stable family structure. We are supposed to mate essentially for life. It is very new age where the father leaves the family. That did not used to happen. You either used to die in war or like from the coal mines or something like that. That was the only way you got out of your family duties.
Both were an excuse to get away from your family.
Yeah, both were an excuse. Yeah.
No, don't go. I'm gonna miss you, honey. And he's just thinking like, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking miss your nagging. All right, bye, buddy-o.
And it's just so silly because like
I'm going to Vietnam.
Well, like nowadays it's just like people try to make all these excuses for like deadbeat dads.
And it's gonna get worse too. That's the funny thing is that like, you know, like the more that polygamy is normalized and this idea of non-monogamous, just like Adam 22, like you know, just kind of separating that. The thing is that like now the probability of Adam 22 like marriage actually surviving after all of this controversy has like significantly dived.
Oh yeah, it's like 20%.
Oh, like probably even more, dude. Like, cause then it's like now it's a thing that can be brought up all the time whenever there's problems. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, you fucked that one guy, and you embarrassed me in front of fucking half the internet.
yeah, you took that dick really good, and you know it's just not like it's 12 inches, babe. It was fucking 12 inches. Like, just imagine him crying like like years later, you know. Just be like, yeah, it's just like such a problem, dude. But I don't know, you know, like, it's gonna get worse for sure. Like there's gonna be less like families.
Can we make a shirt for our merch that says "At least my mom didn't have an OnlyFans"?
Oh my god. Sure. Yeah, we should also have a shirt of like Mark Zuckerberg
And Elon Musk
and
fighting.
Elon Musk fighting, but it should be like Elon Musk is like a really white like refrigerator with like punching like gloves, and then
with
like
a Tesla logo.
yeah. And then like then Zuckerberg is like a lizard robot
Yeah.
like fighting in the ring. Like we have
But
all
the ring
ideas.
is the metaverse.
You know where they should have like this fight, dude? It's the dome, the LED dome in Las Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we are getting tickets, dude. We are getting tickets. It's a whole
We're gonna vlog
experience. Look at this thing. That's real. They spent $2 billion building this thing.
How big is that? Oh my god.
It's huge.
Big.
It's huge. So
Is there anything inside of it?
it's a music venue inside. So the outside has LEDs, and the inside, yeah. So click that photo on the left. You'll see it's a music venue.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they're trying to bring like big concerts like into like Las Vegas. That's where they should have the fight, dude.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Agree.
Hell yeah. A
agree.
bunch of tech billionaires fighting in a giant fucking LED eyeball. That would be the like worst place like for terrorist attack though, for sure.
Oh, it would totally happen. They're probably
Totally.
gonna keep it under wraps and keep it secret for like the fight. I don't think they're gonna like let anybody know. Or
Oh,
the
yeah.
two biggest billionaires in America, the like minds of our generation, are gonna
Yeah.
be in the same building at the same time.
Yeah, one wrong slip and you got two new female billionaires joining the ranks, bro. That is wild, dude. Yeah, look at other photos. Look at the eyeball. Apparently, it's been scaring people, like, because it's just like on the skyline, and like in Las Vegas, there's no fucking light at night. You know. Just kidding. That's the worst thing I've ever said before. Of course, Las Vegas has
It's
a
the
lot
city
of light.
of no. New York is the city of lights.
The New York is the city of fucking homeless people, and like
True.
also billionaires.
Yeah.
Such a wild city. Yeah. Yeah, that's nuts, dude. Like they built this giant thing, and you know what? Like who they built it for? Like who's going to be like the opener for this?
Imagine Dragons.
No.
I'm waking up. I'm feeling in my bones.
It's just a giant dragon. Like,
Immediate DMC. It's from
did you know that like dragons have this like this really weird thing where across almost every culture there's a dragon in like the lore, and that's like one of the only things, right? Like in like Chinese lore,
And we've never found a fossil.
We've never found a fossil, right? And these like whole societies that didn't even talk to each other, or were in different times, would have like similar ideas of like a dragon.
And like most of the societies would either have winged ones or non-winged ones.
I think a bunch of people just got bit by snakes, and they're just like, yeah, that's bad. So imagine if it was big, bro.
And flew.
Yeah. And there's the guy that's like, what if it was like one of the birds? they're
And
like,
what if it had fire breath?
yeah, the three things that hurt us the most: snakes,
Fire.
fire, and birds. And they're like, oh my god. No. We would need a giant LED ball to capture it.
It's a Pokeball.
It's a Pokemon.
Gotta catch them all.
No, dude, so the first people that are going to be in this is fucking you two.
Ew.
Yeah, I know. They're starting off the first like people to like go into this venue. It's gonna be you.
Guy who built this must have been a really big YouTube fan.
He just wanted to be his friend.
Yeah.
He's just like, hey, you want to hang out sometime? Like, oh, sorry, like I've got a few things back in the UK that I have to do. What if I build you a $2 billion LED circle? Make it a sphere and we'll have lunch. Deal. Yeah, so this is wild, dude. I feel like it's either gonna be amazing or it's gonna not live up to like what it's supposed to be.
Well, so you know what I really want to go to? The new South Park
Oh yeah, Casa Bonita. Apparently it's actually like a lot of fun. Like they've done
I really want to go. We should go on a PodDré field trip.
Yeah, we should. I'm on the wait list, but I think they're like opening it up. I think it's already open too. Yeah. So we could literally go whenever.
Let's go. The
wait time is gonna be wild, dude.
We can go for my birthday. It's on the 17th.
Oh yeah, there you go. Also like we can. I've heard that there's like Cartman that's like hidden away, like on one of the top floors. You have to go and like find him, but it's like a Cartman, like a big Cartman that's like over the table. Like, so we'll have to go like check that out, dude.
I have to go. I have to leave.
Yeah, we can't even do. Next topic we're gonna talk about Miranda Sings, but like, how the fuck do you go from like LED bulb to like sexual assault? You know, grooming, and it's just like, okay, well, we'll say a few things. Have you seen the apology video?
Oh, she's on the ukulele going, not a groomer. I'm just a loser.
Oh, I actually never watched that yet.
It's awful,
nuts, dude. It's nuts.
It's so cringy.
Yeah. Like imagine, like a guy can't do that to a cop. Imagine a cop's like, we have all this evidence, like, you know, like Chris.
You're my Wonderwall.
Like, dude, he's so good. I almost don't want to put him in for child assault. But you know what it reminds me of? What's her name? Look up the TikTok girl who got canceled for also sexual assault. So do sexual assault apology dance video.
Oh my god, yes.
So this TikTok girl, I don't even remember her name. That's probably good, to be honest.
Was it the girl that was doing the interpretive?
Yeah, Sienna May, right?
Interpretive dance, right?
Yeah. So she got like accused of sexual assault, and by accused I mean there's literally a video of her like going up and like touching this dude that's clearly fucking passed out and very drunk, right? And she she takes all this time, right? People are just on her ass. Like she's not on social media for a long time, right? And then out of nowhere, she's like, apology. She's like, this is my apology. And then she does like an interpretive dance.
Oh my god.
That's why, like, and you know what though? It makes sense. Because women don't know how to say you're sorry without having to have some kind of positive thing for themselves. You know what I mean? Like, it's so hard for them to just say, you know what? I fucked up. I'm sorry. It's all on me, right? It's always got to be one thing. Like, I'm sorry for hooking up with your best friend 43 times.
It's your fault.
But you didn't give me attention. So just say next time, give me attention and I won't fuck your best friend 43 times. That's it. True. That's it. I feel like it gets the exact same energy. It's like, here's a video of me being all pretty. On a ukulele,
denying
singing,
grooming accusations.
Grooming, so it's like distracting. It's like they're trying to use their like looks to distract from it. When in reality, it just comes off like tone deaf.
Apparently, she sent like a teenager like lingerie.
what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
How is that not, you know?
Yeah. So then the fact that she like went on like with a ukulele being like, I'm just a loser. I'm not a groomer. Like a fucking dude. Like this isn't Adventure Time. You can't just be like, Adventure Time. Come on, grab your friends. I didn't grab his dick, no man.
Well,
like,
you know what I think it is that like a lot of women don't see other examples of like women getting in trouble for this. You see what I mean? Like
so they don't understand that
so
they can get in trouble.
Yeah,
for
they
it.
don't get it. They just like, oh, that's a guy thing, right? Like we can, and plus women are the top sexual assaulters ever. How many times have you had a random girl like smack your ass?
Oh my god, way too many times.
Right.
Pisses me off.
Yeah, like all the time, dude. They never
They're like,
ask.
get it, girl.
They
You're so
never
hot.
ask,
And
dude.
you're like, cool, keep your hands to yourself.
Women like do not ask for consent, and that like that idea is just like went over everybody's heads, especially during like the Me Too movement and stuff like that. Is that women never ask for consent, bro? And you know what? To
They
be
just
honest,
assume you want it.
and yeah, and a lot of times we do. You know, a lot of times we do want it, right? But if we can't assume that you guys always want it, why is it the other way around?
It's true.
And I think what it does is it produces these very tone-deaf apology videos, right, where it's more centered around them. It's like self-centered. It's narcissistic, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
Can't believe you think that about me.
That's so
Anyways,
ridiculous.
watch me dance.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, isn't this cool? Like, they just expect people to just get over it. And I think Sienna May and Miranda Sings, like, I think they both got the full heat of the internet, and they realized. And women, you should see, you guys are also, you created this cancel culture, okay? Y'all created this cancel culture. You have to deal with it now, bro.
True.
Because now you guys are getting canceled for dumb shit that you were doing. So, you know, welcome to the game, bruh. You know, you made the pie. You need to eat it. You know, you made your bed. You need to lay in it. You know, and stop fucking making these dumbass like apology videos and just do it like any other YouTuber where you sit there and you cry for 30 minutes on YouTube. I'm so sorry. I just didn't think that this was thing. I was a different person, but now like you see, like that's always the same apology video. It's like I was a different person and I've moved on now, and you know, and I think it's all fucking fake. And you know how I know it's fake? It's because Logan Paul went through this period where, like, he got canceled for the Japanese forest.
Oh, yeah. Filming dead bodies.
And then,
Yeah.
like, for a good, like, 2-3 years, he was, like, the nicest person ever. You know?
Yeah.
Like, all his podcasts, you could tell, like, he was just super nice and super bubbly and
Yeah.
super, like, you know, accepting of everybody. But as the years have gone on, you've seen that same asshole come back,
Seeping
slowly
back.
seep back and back and back, and now we're seeing like him in his true like form. Which, speaking of which, you know that big scam that he like scammed all these people for like using like crypto, like he like scammed people out of millions of dollars, and like he said,
Multiple times.
yeah, so
Multiple times. He's always in a
Yeah, dude.
crypto rug pull.
and like CoffeeZilla like called him out on it, right? And had this full series and just like totally destroyed him. And Logan was able to save himself by saying like he was going to pay it back. Apparently it's been like a full year or something and he still hasn't paid them back. So
Yikes.
yeah, so he's still out there being a fucking asshole. So these apology videos are just so
I have
fake,
to
dude.
go.
Yeah, they're just so fake, just like you, because you can't stay here. Just kidding. All right.
I've been here for like 3 hours. I want to hear it.
Thank you guys so much for coming along to another episode. Every Wednesday, baby. You know how it is. We love you. Thank you for sticking around.